Hi everyone, this is Tochi with today's follow-up class on using earth and soil to your own benefit. Okay, so in our previous video, we looked at how we can use soil or earth or sand from where we live to free ourselves from bondage. But in today's class, we're going to look at how to use the same soil to bring blessings upon ourselves. Before we start, thank you for joining me in today's class. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. It will encourage me to produce more videos like this. If you're not a subscriber, I do encourage you to take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you'll know when I put out more materials like this. If you are already a subscriber, thank you. Now let's get to today's class. And for today's class, we'll just use two simple things you can get. Now the first thing I do recommend is getting some gin, some dry gin. It usually looks like water. It's clear. You want to get the clear, unflavored variety of gin. You can get an extra dry gin or an ordinary gin. You can get a local gin. You know, the ones that are distilled locally, in the rural areas. That is also fantastic. You can also use, in some places they call it a schnapps, I believe in parts of Africa, which is a variety of dry gin. Usually that will work. Again, we're going to use the dry gin to pour libations, and that is important because before we make a request, as usual, we will make an offering. When we offer, we create the vacuum within which our own petitions and prayers will be answered. Okay, so get you some dry gin. I usually like having a bottle of dry gin in the house. I'm not a drinker, and no one in my household is a drinker. But again, we have that gin for things like this. We use it to pour libations to our Creator, to our guardian spirit, our ancestors, our spirit guides, to the messengers, the prophets. We use the gin a lot in the libations that we pour. Okay. If you're unable to get gin, you can also use plain water. Okay. If you're unable to get any kind of dry gin or local gin, then you can use plain water. Okay. All right. So now the next thing we'll get is some soil from where we are. So maybe soil outside our home, or outside our business or place of work. Get some soil. It doesn't matter the color of the soil or the quality of the soil. Just around that building where you live or you work or you do your business, get you some soil. Now, I know someone will write and say, well, I have concrete pavement all around me. There is somewhere that is close to you where you live, where you work, or where you do business, you can get some soil. Lay your hands on some fresh soil. So those are the two things that we need to do this ritual. So what we're going to do is when you get the gin, you can pour a little bit into a shot glass the same way that I have it here. And then you will now start praying. And as you pray, you'll be pouring this on the earth. You'll be pouring this directly on the earth, preferably the earth where you got the soil. In this case, make sure you have your gin in the shot glass ready before you start this ritual. You can just sit quietly out the back or in the front. You don't have to draw attention to yourself. You can sit there quietly. I like doing this at night when there's very little to no traffic. You can just sit there quietly and you should be done in 5 minutes. It's not something that you should be there struggling with, drawing attention to yourself, carrying around candles or flashlights or lanterns or the light of your phone or your tablet. You can do it quickly, quietly, respectively, respectively, and also efficiently. Okay. So now you pour your gin into your shot glass, and then on the soil where you got the soil you're going to use, you are going to pour this. And you say, I thank you, my creator. Okay, and I'm going to put this here for the sake of the camera so we'll see what's going on. I thank you, my creator, and I pour this out to you. I thank you, my guardian spirit or my guardian angel, and pour this out in thanks to you. I pour this drink out in thanks to my ancestors, both female and male. I pour this drink out in thanks to all the spirit guides that follow me, and you can mention those guides if you know them. You can mention your ancestors if you know them by name. You can mention all of them. I offer to the messengers of the universe, the sun, the moon, and the stars. I also offer to Mother Earth, who sustains us and supports us. I also offer this to the soil of the land where I find myself at this moment. And then any other libations to whomever or whatever you believe in, you can pour that to the messengers, the prophets, whoever that you believe in. You can pour this libation to them. And you notice I still have a little bit of the gin left in my shot glass. Now, using your hands, scoop up some soil. It doesn't have to be too much. You can just get a little bit of soil. You can see that. It's not too much soil. Just a little bit of soil. You can scoop that with your hands. Okay? And then you start your prayers. And then mention the name of the place where you are, and or the city or the town, the area where you are, and I say, thank you for welcoming me. I am new to this place. I ask you to support me. Help me financially, physically, in every way that I need help. I come respectfully and I ask you and all that are in charge of you to help me in this place where I live or where I go to school or where I do business or where I work. Fill in the words as necessary. I ask that you do not allow harm to come to me here. Do not let my blood be shed on you. Do not let me weep tears of sorrow on you. And I also assure you and promise that I will not let someone else shed tears of sorrow upon you without cause, and I will not shed the blood of another person upon you without cause. And of course, you really do not want to be shedding anybody's blood on the soil, okay? Because again, you are looking for the cooperation of the land where you find yourself. I will treat you respectfully. I ask that you treat me respectfully. I ask that you support me. I also ask that whenever I call upon you and speak to you, that you will deliver a message back to my hometown. You will deliver a message back to my place of birth. If there's something I need to do or something that concerns me that relates to my place of birth, I ask you to deliver that message to me, land to land. And that as long as people in this place step upon you, this soil, let them favor me, let them love me, let them respect me. If there are any things I have forgotten to ask, please forgive me and include them in my prayer. Ashe. Now, I just gave a sample prayer. You can pray again in your own words, include the things you need to. But this invocation I made is just a general invocation. You can add your own words or prayers, put it in the way that works for you. And I ask you to help me in the name of my Creator, in the name of my guardian spirit, my ancestors, my spirit guides, the prophets, the messengers, and then you call upon whomever or whatever you believe in. Thank you for helping me. Ashe. Okay? And then when you're done, just pour the soil back on the earth. And gently brush it off your hands. Don't be going like, no. You gently brush it off your hands back onto the soil where you got it from in the first place. And then the remainder of your dry gin or water, and you say, thank you very much. I offer this to you in thanks. And you are done. And that's the end of that. And then you will see that that helps to lay a solid foundation for you in this place. This ritual is really great for places where you've just recently moved to. It's also great for solidifying your stay in a place. So if you've been in a place for a while and you like that place, and the place, you like the area where you are, or the city or the town, the estate, the subdivision, whatever it's called, where you are, you can do this, to help ease things for you and make things good for you in that place where you live, you work, or you do business. So I hope you enjoyed this simple class. I hope that you will take the time to practice it. Remember again, my videos are meant to be practiced. So not just to be watched as entertainment, but they're meant to give you something to practice from a spiritual point of view, so that you can improve your life, improve your experiences, and meet up with your life purpose and your life mission. If you need to reach me, click on the link in the description below this video. Also remember that I do get a lot of calls and emails and text and messages, so be patient while I take time to get back to you. Also want to let you know that I don't make calls to people and I don't chat. So if you're writing me, just don't write hi or hi Dr. Tochi and there's nothing in there. I most likely will not respond, because it's just a lot of people. I can't sit on the phone all day just chatting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you have a question, pose your question quickly and simply. Avoid telling long stories so that I can quickly get to the gist of what you're saying and respond appropriately. If I feel you need to get a divination or book a personal reading with me, I will let you know. Okay? If it's something I can respond to really quickly and say, hey, go watch this video on my channel, I will let you know. So please avoid having to write long letters or long emails or long texts, because again, when I start seeing that, it does take time to read that and try to figure out what you're trying to say. I don't chat on the phone. Please don't call me to say, hey, I want to talk to you on the phone and tell you my problems. No, I do not chat on the phone. The only time I will chat with someone on the phone is if they've booked an appointment with me. Then I know that the time I have with the person who has booked time with me is very sacrosanct, and I will focus on the person and not pay attention to anything else, because the person has paid for that time with me. So I hope you understand that. Again, I don't chat on the phone. I don't do back and forth. Please, if you're sending me text messages, voicemail messages, WhatsApp messages, and that sort of thing, chances are I won't have time to do a back and forth. Just say, hi, Dr. Tochi, this is the problem I'm dealing with or I'm wrestling with. What do you recommend? And I will let you know very quickly. It just takes a few lines to do that. So as usual, we end our class with our invocation. And we're grateful to our Creator for this day and this opportunity to learn this new knowledge. And we're thankful to our Creator for putting things in place that we can use to help ourselves. We thank our guardian spirit, our guardian angel, for being with us, guiding us, loving us, and protecting us. We're thankful to our ancestors for being here for us, supporting us, loving us. We are thankful for all the structure of the universe and the earth and everything that's within it. And we say, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Ashe.